This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Arizona. I am here with Vanguard veteran. Since 2017, they've been helping the public win the war on talent by identifying and developing trusting relationships with your local and national sources of veteran talent and veteran community. I am joined here with the advisor, speaker, author, Kathy. Thanks so much for joining us here today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm thrilled. Thank you for taking special note of this important issue.
Yes, you bet. I'm gonna start off a little bit about yourself and your background. I mean, you're formerly educated at UT Health in San Antonio, also with a master's from Ohio University. I mean, with a career in childhood and the military lifestyle, you have lived in at least 20 communities before the age of 35. You have worked with the Ohio National Guard, the Air National Guard, as well as running your own company. Share with me a little bit about this past military background that you yourself have.
Thank you. So I am a nearly 30-year Air Force veteran, having done nursing and public affairs. I grew up as a Navy kid and really learned to love my country because of my service with my dad, living overseas, and just learning a profound appreciation for our way of life, and that I really wanted to do my part. The crowning achievement of my career was to build a statewide outreach program in response to 9/11 to educate and engage civilians in support of troops and their families. So that's what Vanguard Veterans all about, is equipping civilians to become veteran champions.
Excellent. I mean, companies are always looking for loyal, productive employees who know how to lead, they're easy to train, and obviously they show up on time. Why is that an easy fit for a veteran?
Oh gosh, well, because we're highly disciplined, we are very focused on getting the job done, and we're productive. We like to be efficient and effective, and we're very loyal. And so it's just part of getting the mission accomplished, and really important for the American taxpayer that we do this job really, really well. It's safety, it's mindset, productivity. We want to bring it all to the civilian workplace.
I mean, I would say those traits are really the DNA of anybody in the military, which makes it an easy fit. I mean, so you say basically look no further because veterans make great employees. So how can a company make sure that they are veteran ready? I mean, is there an assessment that you can provide for them, kind of get them on the right track?
Absolutely. And really the focus is becoming more than friendly, becoming more than an advocate, becoming an architect, and developing partnerships outside your organization with sources of veteran talent, as well as with leading veteran community organizations to broaden your brand. And then inside the company, making sure there's partnerships with your current veteran employees, as well as talent acquisition, HR, your corporate citizenship or philanthropy program. And that if you have an employee resource group, that they are nestled center stage in this partnership inside your organization, and they are leading and advising and supporting everything that you do in your veteran hiring space. It's really about partnership inside and outside the organization, and that's how you move towards becoming veteran ready.
Definitely a lot more than just being military friendly, veteran friendly. Like you said, it's expanding those networks. Probably there's many benefits to being a veteran ready company. You believe prioritizing hiring veterans can actually strengthen a company as well. Tell me about that.
Well, like you said, we show up on time. We talked about being mission focused, about being safe, about being loyal. So all those traits increase productivity and decrease turnover, and that potentially generates cost savings. Veterans do well in any kind of employment setting, but I believe that there's almost a magical alignment of skill sets inside manufacturing. And we in our country are having a manufacturing renaissance, and many of our manufacturers are in rural communities where many of our veterans live. So I'm super excited about getting that word out to small, medium, and large manufacturers and making sure they know about the value of veteran talent and helping them move towards becoming veteran ready.
Very important. I mean, we hear much about the right culture fit anymore. As a veteran hire, is that maybe even more so possible?
Well, civilian and military cultures are very different, right?
Yep.
Military culture is very we-oriented. There's no I and T. In civilian culture, it's a little less structured. Our culture generally is more about rugged individualism. And, we are very efficient and direct oftentimes in our approach to getting the job done. And sometimes that needs to be softened a little bit coming, into the civilian workforce. And the other thing is that, we really focus on being that team member and leading our subordinates and, really getting the job done. And so we can be a little bit of hard chargers and, we want to get her done. And so sometimes the culture, may not be quite ready for that. And so there are differences like there would be for any, untapped resource or potentially even a minority group. You need to just come alongside your veteran, understand that culture and help them succeed. They want nothing more than to do a great job for you and contribute. And so coach, give feedback, understand their culture, take a course on military culture. It will get you where you want to go. The ROI for hiring veterans is great.
Wow. We all want to support companies that support our veterans. So can this enhance a company's reputation as maybe civic-minded, patriotic, and maybe values-based, would you say?
Oh, absolutely. Many consumers are really interested in the kind of philanthropic endeavors that you do in the community. And if you perpetuate your patriotic brand and are sincere about it, guess what? Not only will that appeal to consumers, but it will help you retain veterans inside your company because it's known to be a retention tactic if you walk the walk and don't just talk the talk. Everybody wins. Harry, my brand, my tagline is join their veteran champion movement and be a part of the win. It is a tremendous win-win for the employer, for the veteran, and frankly, for our communities when our veterans come home after military service and thrive and assimilate beautifully into civilian culture in every way.
I'm very appreciative. I'm sure everyone is of those words. Thank you for your service. But quite honestly, putting your money where your mouth is speaks volumes. I'm a believer in that myself. These are employers that appreciate that veteran talent strengthens their workforce. Do more business leaders need more education on this topic? And is this where your organization really is a great place to begin?
Absolutely. We offer Veteran Talent Academy a couple times a year. The first part of the year is about fundamentals. Second part of the year is about retention tactics. It's a great time to be a veteran in America. The business case for hiring veterans has never really probably been better understood, I would suggest to you, since World War II. So unemployment of veterans is really doing well. It's generally around 3% or less, but underemployment, there's still a lot of work to be done there to understand, once you hire that veteran, how do you get them assimilated into the culture? How do you really leverage their skill sets in a way that's really going to benefit you long term? So yes, employer education is the big need, and Vanguard Veteran is here ready to serve you. And I encourage you to develop that strategy, that internal and external partnership that will really move the dial and help you really succeed with your veteran hiring initiative.
Excellent. Obviously your upbringing and past really led you to creating Vanguard Veteran. Do you pull from that past quite often, would you say?
Well, having lived in at least 20 different communities before the age of 35, lived overseas 8 to 10 years, having been a military kid, a military officer, military wife, military mom, absolutely. I felt disconnected from mainstream America. I'd even go so far to say maybe sometimes like a unicorn, right? Because my life experience, my view, my worldview is, all that put together is pretty unique. But what really is exciting is when you are up close and personal with a civilian and they're telling you about the goosebumps that they're getting because they now understand really what to do, how to do it. They understand a little bit about military culture, and they are encouraged and supported in their journey becoming civilian veteran champions. We don't have enough of that in our society. No one's primary job is to equip civilians to become veteran champions. And so because of my life story, because of my firsthand experience, seeing how impactful that is for civilians and the return to our veterans and to our larger society, it keeps me fueled. It's absolutely important. And I invite every single one of you who is listening here today to join that veteran champion movement and be a part of the win, because everybody can do something.
Speaking of joining you, I mean, like you said, you help organizations create a veteran talent strategy. I mean, to become an employer of choice for veterans. How is this training delivered? Is this one-on-one, in groups, workshops, talks, events, or a little bit of everything?
Okay, so as an instructor, Veteran Talent Academy, that's group training. Okay, that's a good way to jumpstart, to get your toe in the water. As a consultant, a facilitator, I come inside your company and coach your HR team, your talent acquisition team, your DE&I team, and then I introduce you to sources of veteran talent and introduce you to leaders of veteran community organization. We have steering committees that bring everybody to the table inside the organization. We help facilitate connections at events so that you get well known. And so it's very comprehensive. It's training, it's coaching, it's one-on-one, it's group. It just kind of depends on what the company needs and the size. But you can really make a difference and get your brand better known. And more importantly, get talent that will help you meet your business objectives.
Absolutely. I mean, this veteran champion coaching begins really with a free discovery call that you make available. What takes place on that call? Kind of show us a little bit before we let you go.
I just kind of want to know where you're at. What are you doing? Why do you want to hire veterans? What does it look like currently inside your organization? What % of your talent is veterans? And what are your thoughts about where you want to go? And then Vanguard Veteran can customize our services to help you reach your goals, be it small group training, large group training, be it a comprehensive veteran talent strategy facilitation.
Excellent. Kathy, in your past business, you purposefully hired veterans even when they were hard to find. As a military kid and career military officer, you now have created a veteran champion movement, really. Is this rewarding work for you?
Oh, gosh, absolutely. Especially those times when civilians tell me about their past experiences. A business lady that I met was explaining to me how 10 years previously, she had started a veteran hiring initiative in her company. And she said, you know what, Kathy, I'm getting goosebumps right now telling you all about that. I have frequent conversations with colleagues, employers, workers who just really, really are grateful to know what they're doing is important. And for me to be able to have a small part, if not large part, in really helping them become those champions. Something as small as recognizing someone on social media about the great work that they do. It may not be moving mountains, but it is a step forward on their journey. And so I want to congratulate everybody, no matter where you are. You're doing good stuff. I love talking about it, and I love celebrating, and it brings me joy to do that for others. But it's one way I can help my veterans. It's one way I can help employers. And frankly, it's another way that I can help our society do better, do more.
Your passion comes through the screen. I mean, this is obviously a win-win for both sides. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, see all the services they provide. And we're talking about many resources they have with directories, tools, contacts, so you can expand and really broaden your veteran network out there. I mean, if you're ready to join the Veteran Champion Movement, reach out today. Like the sign says, I want you to be a veteran champion. That is with Vanguard Veteran. Be a part of the win. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.